If you're just getting into survival, prepping, self-resilience, whatever you want to call it, it's really easy to waste money. Brands know you're scared, they know you're new, they sell you these 72-hour survival kits full of shiny plastic junk that will probably break the first time you actually touch it. Here's the truth nobody tells you. You don't need a bag full of toys, you need a tiny list of gear that will not quit on you. Stuff you can buy once, trust, and then stop thinking about because it just works for the next 10, 20, 30 years. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 pieces of kit that are as close to forever as you're going to get. And number 10 is going to sound like a joke until you realize it might literally keep you alive in February in Britain. Welcome to Charlie's Survival. Before we start, pause for 3 seconds and do 2 things. First, subscribe. This channel is here to get you actually ready for real life in the UK. Grid failures, cold, civil unrest, not fantasy bunker roleplay. Second, comment below and answer this for me because I want to see where the audience actually is. What's the one bit of gear you own right now that you would trust with your life? Drop it in the comments. That feeds this video to more people who actually need it, and it also helps me see what you lot are already running. Alright, let's get into it. 1. Heavy duty multi-tool. I don't care what brand you buy as long as you buy quality. A proper multi-tool is one of the rare pieces of kit that actually earns the word essential. Why? Because when stuff goes wrong, what you need 90% of the time is not some crazy specialist thing. You just need basic functions over and over. Cut, grip, tighten, pry, snip, turn, open, fix. A solid multi-tool gives you pliers, knife, file, screwdriver head, saw, scissors, can opener, all in something you can clip on your belt. To start saving money and investing in gear that will last a lifetime, head over to the Charlie Survival Amazon kit list. You can find quality items that I've tried in real world situations. Feel free to click the Amazon link in the description after this video. A good multi-tool, if you look after it, will literally last you decades. It's not fast, it's not pretty, but in a blackout, in a breakdown, the shed door just snapped and it's storming sideways rain, that tool becomes your toolbox. If I could only grab one metal object that isn't a knife, it's this. Do not skip this. This replaces so many other things. 2. Filled cooker that doesn't need gas. Here's the problem with the modern camping stove. It's convenience right up until you run out of fuel. And if the grid is down, if deliveries stop, if you can't get gas canisters or petrol, or you're trapped somewhere, that gas stove is now just a small metal sculpture. So I always recommend having at least one cooker that runs on stuff you can pick up off the ground. Think small folding firebox stove, wood gas stove, hobo stove. It doesn't matter the exact style. What matters is it burns sticks, twigs, cardboard, dry grass, scrap wood. Now, is it instant? No, it's not 2-minute instant noodles in an Airbnb. It's slower, you have to tend it, but here's why this is forever gear. There is no nozzle to clog, no pressurized bit to fail, no canister supply chain to depend on. It's literally metal plates and airflow. Metal, fire, food, heat, forever. If you can boil water, you can survive a very long time. Never forget that. 3. Single wall stainless steel bottle or cup. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. You need one container you can drink from, cook in and sterilize water with over heat. Single wall stainless lets you do that. Not double wall insulated, not plastic sports bottle, single wall steel. Because here's the thing, plastic melts, insulated bottles explode or crack because they're not meant for direct flame. But a proper steel bottle or steel nesting cup can literally sit in coals or hang over a little stove, boil dodgy water, melt snow, heat soup, cook noodles, whatever. That means you can purify water safely, you can get something warm in your body in winter. You've always got a pot with you, even if you're away from home. And unless you physically drive over it, it's basically indestructible. You're not replacing it every season, you'll probably hand it to your kid one day. 4. Good wool blanket. Wool keeps insulating even when it's damp. Wool can be used as bedding, a cloak, a wrap, a poncho, padding, even as an improvised stretcher if someone's injured. Down sleeping bags are incredible until they get wet. Then they're just sadness and regret. Wool is slower, heavier, older, and it just works. If your heat goes out in winter and you're huddled in one room, wrapping 2 people in one blanket can literally keep your core temperature safe until morning. That's not drama, that's physics. Also, it doesn't need power, it doesn't need charging, it doesn't run out, it just keeps going. 5. Proper fuel storage. This part will make some people uncomfortable, but we're being honest here. If you're running anything that needs fuel, generators, chainsaws, even just wanting to top up a car in an emergency, having safe, durable, sealed containers matters. Cheap fuel cans split, cheap caps leak. You do not want a boot full of fumes because you saved £8. A proper high-density military-style can with a good cap and proper seal is built for abuse. Drops, vibration, cold, heat. They're not immortal, but they're close. Now, be smart and legal. Store it safely. Ventilate. Respect UK law and common sense. I'm not telling you to start hoarding petrol in your hallway. I'm saying if you're going to store any at all, ever, store it in something that's actually designed to survive being knocked, shaken, rained on, and dragged around without rupturing. Because the bottom line, bad storage is more dangerous than no storage. 6. A pack that won't die. Here's the truth about backpacks. Most of them are designed for comfort, features and pockets, not for surviving years of abuse. There are old military style packs that are big, ugly, have external frames and bomb-proof stitching that just don't die. They're not always the most comfortable for long hikes. They don't always have fancy modern straps. What they do have is the ability to strap awkward stuff, fuel, tools, game, firewood to the frame. Here's why that matters for you. In a real situation, your pack is not carry my weekend bushcraft setup. It's carrying the stuff we need to not die tonight. Water, stove, blanket, food, med kit, tools. If the zip bursts or the strap rips in that moment, yeah, you're now carrying everything in your arms while already stressed. Good luck. So yeah, get one pack in your life that is built like a tank. It doesn't have to be trendy, it just has to not fail when you're already cold and tired. 7. Heavy edge tool. I'm not going to go too deep on blades here because UK law is UK law. You need to know what you can and can't legally carry in public where you live. But inside your own kit, inside your own property, on private land with permission, you need something that can process wood and material without snapping. Not a £12 tactical hatchet with hollow plastic handle. I'm talking about a solid cutting and chopping tool with full thickness steel through the handle. It could be a robust hatchet, it could be a compact forestry saw that's built for real work. Could be a heavy field knife you legally own and keep at home for bushcraft and camp use. Why does this matter? Because being able to cut and shape wood is warmth, shelter, repair and fuel. It's stakes, it's bracing, it's fixing a blown fence panel in a storm so your garden doesn't become a wind tunnel at 2 AM in December. Cheap tools bend, cheap hinges snap, cheap handles crack. When you're cold and miserable, that is not when you want surprise, it broke. Get one tool with real steel, real bite, real spine. Oil it, sharpen it, keep it. That's a lifetime object. Item 8. Reliable fire start. Fire is sanity. Fire means hot food, boiled water, warm hands, morale. Fire is psychological. You can be freezing, wet, miserable, about to cry, and once you've got a flame and heat, your whole nervous system changes. You can feel your shoulders drop. So you need multiple, durable, boring fire starter methods that work when you're wet and keep working after a year in the bottom of the bag. A proper ferro rod, the thick kind, not the tiny keyring toy. It will throw sparks basically forever if you've got any kind of scraping edge. A waterproof container of matches or solid stormproof matches give you instant flame in the wind. A lighter is great, but lighters can run out. Ferro rods don't run out for a long time. Here's how I think about it. Lighter equals convenience, ferro rod equals insurance, and anything that protects your ability to boil water and get warm is forever kit. 9. Analog light plus communication. Here's the point in the video where I talk about boring nonsense that becomes god tier in a blackout. A hand crank torch or lantern, and a basic battery powered AM or FM radio. Why do I need that when I got my phone? Because in a long-term power cut your phone will die, and even if you save the battery there might not be signal. No data, no network. A hand crank torch means light without batteries, light when the batteries are gone, light on demand, and a radio means information without the internet. That information is not just about knowledge, it's about morale, and they might even put on some music in between. Because here's what happens in a true blackout. People mentally break before they physically break. If you've still got light and you've still got a voice on a radio telling you what's happening, you stay calm. Calm people make good decisions. Panicking people make loud, desperate, stupid choices that get them hurt. 10. The humble wall layer / insulation system. This is the one nobody respects until night 3 of no heating in February. Your body is already a heater. You're pissing off heat right now. The problem in winter isn't you're not making heat, it's you're losing heat faster than you can make it. So your final forever item is not one thing, it's a system. Proper layering and insulation you control. That means a thermal base layer that pulls moisture off your skin, synthetic or wool. A mid layer that strips air, fleece, wool jumper, padded gilet. A wind blocking shell, doesn't have to be expensive, even an old waterproof does the job. And then the big ugly insulation that keeps all of it in. Old army surplus smock, massive parka, heavy coat. Ridiculously thick cardigan your granddad wore, blanket poncho. Doesn't matter what it looks like on Instagram, what matters is whether you can sit in a freezing room with no heating and not shiver yourself stupid. Shivering burns calories. Burning calories without refueling makes you weak, and when you're weak you start making mistakes. Mistakes kill people in cold weather. You buy proper cold kit once, wool, fleece, outer shell, and you've just brought yourself years of protection that doesn't depend on the grid. That's why it's on this list. Now, 2 things before you click off. First, scroll down and answer this in the comments. What is one piece of kit you already own that you fully trust with your life? Second, head over to the Charlie Survival Amazon kit list to get hold of these items that will become an investment, not a liability. I only add items I trust and try myself. If you gained something from this video, smash the like button, and if you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed this one on screen now about how to prepare for the first 7 days of a total blackout. Click it and I'll see you over there.